Hey guys, welcome. My name's Brett. Today we are going to talk about the cocktail sort. Some of you guys may know this as the martini shaker sort, but they all have multiple names, but they are all the same meaning. So, what is a cocktail sort? A cocktail sort is a slight variation from the standard bubble sort. It reads the data from top to bottom, and then it goes bidirectionally. Bidirectionally means both ways. So basically it's going to read the values from bottom to top, and then top to bottom. So just a little quick analogy here for you guys. We got our Minute Maid lemonade and our Hawaiian punch here. If we wanted to mix them together and put them into the cocktail maker, got our cocktail shaker here. We're going to shake them up back and forth until both the mixtures are mixed. So just a quick little analogy for you guys to hopefully grasp a little bit more of the concept here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these values and we're going to order them from least to greatest. And we're going to go through multiple iterations here to basically sort out this data. So without further ado, hope you guys get a nice little educational hangover from this video. I'm sorry about my jokes, they're a little bad, but here we go. So step one of the process is the first iteration starts at the beginning of the list. So we're at the beginning of the list here. It compares the first two items or two values. So if the value being compared would be 4 of hearts, and that would be the red. And the 3 is the value, which is black. If the value being compared is less than the value, then we're going to perform a switch. However, if it's not and it's greater than the value, then there will be no switch performed. So within this case here, we got our 3 and our 4. 4 is greater than 3, so there will be no swap. So we'll move on to our next value. So now 4 is being valued here. We got our 4 and our 6. Is 4 greater than 6? No, it is not. Move to our next value. Now here, we have our 6 and our 5. 6 is greater than 5, so here's our first swap. I apologize for saying swap many times in this video, but it's just what it's going to have to do here. So now we move on to our value again. So we value 6 here. Is 6 greater than 7? No, it is not. Next value. Is 7 greater than 2? Yes, it is. Perform a swap. Now, we know 7 is in its rightful place because, as I mentioned earlier, the result is that the largest number, which is 7, is placed at the end of the list. So the next stage of this first iteration requires us to loop in the opposite direction. So since we know that x, or 7 in this case, is in its rightful place, we start at the item immediate to its left, which is 2. So we value at 2 and the value being compared. So now it's going to flip now. So what's going to happen is if the value is less than the value being compared, then there will be a swap. However, if the value is greater than the value being compared, then there will be no swap. So here we go here. 2 is less than 6, so there's going to be a swap. Now we compare. 2 is less than 5, there's going to be a swap. Now we're going to move it over. 4 is greater than 2, we're going to make a swap. And 3 is greater than 2, we're going to make a swap here. So now we know the first iteration is complete, and we have our 2 value and our 7 value in the proper places, and we continue on to our second iteration here. So now, as I mentioned, this is a better sorting method than the bubble sort as it improves performance. However, it does get a little bit tedious here, as we know that 3, 4, 5, and 6 are in its rightful places, but it does lack practicality in that matter because it still has to go through all the values in the array before it completes the sorting. So we're going to go on here. Black being the value, red being the value compared. 3 is less than 4. Yes, it is. Stays in its place. 4 is less than 5. stays in its place. 5 is less than 6, stays in its place. So now we know that 6 is in its rightful position here. So now we reverse and we go back bidirectionally for the second iteration here. 5 is greater than 4, no swap. 4 greater than 3, no swap. So now we know that 3 is in its rightful position. On to the third iteration here. 4 is less than 5, so no swap. And now we know 5 is its rightful place and 4 is in its rightful place. So now the values in the array are all complete and sorted. So basically it took 4 iterations to fix this. I know it is still a little bit not practical, but it gets the job done either way. So it is a good sorting method, and I hope this video really helped you guys get the grasp of this method, and I hope to see you guys next time on my channel. Thank you very much, and have a great day, guys.